I didn't use AI for the longest time because it had a major problem with it. But recently, that has been fixed, and I've been using AI like a freaking addict. It's actually kind of scary how much I'm talking to this robot. But I want to explain to you what this problem is, why it matters, and how you can fix it for yourself. So, the biggest problem is that AI doesn't really have memory. And so, if you're going to treat it like an employee, you teach it all these things in this chat window, and then it just forgets them. And before you can even really fully teach it, it runs out of context. And so the AI didn't really have capacity to be useful in our lives because it didn't solve specific problems that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. The things that humans should be outsourcing, it couldn't do because it didn't have memory. But things have completely changed. People have figured out Claude MD, people have figured out skills, all this crazy stuff, and we'll talk about like how that matters. But I want you to think about it like this. There's an old Adam Sandler movie called 50 First Dates. And this girl's in a car accident and she forgets what happens every single day. So every day she wakes up and she just forgets. Well, Adam Sandler falls in love with this girl and he wants to like marry her, and she eventually does, but he has to kind of program her every morning with this note. And so he gives her this note which reminds her who she is, where she's at, why this random guy is talking to her in the morning, all this crazy stuff. And that's what you have to do with AI. It actually makes it extremely useful. That's kind of how I view a Claude.md file. And so every morning Claude wakes up, he has no clue who I am, but he reads this file and now he understands this is who KJ is, this is why I exist, this is where I find all the things that I need, and that makes him powerful. So as I'm recording this, it's Monday, and I literally just talked to Claude and said, hey man, I want you to reorganize yourself, take a look at my project and the goals for each project, take a look at your MD file, which you don't have to tell it to do, it does that automatically. And now he knows exactly what's going on every time. Now, where you come into play, you have to be strategic with telling it these things for its Claude MD file. So I'm working on creating a brand new free school for you guys where I'm going to show you all this stuff for free. I can't wait. But those of you who are already in the weeds, a Claude.md file is basically a file that tells Claude everything it needs to know before it starts your chat. So before you even say anything to it, it reads this file. And so this is where you kind of can put in these memories and the things that you want it to learn. And so that's the first thing I've done is I've told it who it is, why it exists, what folders like it has access to, which it has access to all of them, but like what each folder means, what each project I'm working on, because I want it to produce value. Also, it knows its commands, it knows what skills it has, so it spawns in ready to go, ready for each week. And so this is an iterative process. This is a skill that not many people know. And so you are early, bro. You are so freaking early to AI being extremely useful. Sorry, my cat is going crazy over there, distracting me. Leo! Goober. Anyways, you're so early to this. And so this is a skill that you guys need to pay attention to right now and focus on. So how do you get started with this? Well, the first thing is you should use Claude Cowork. That's the easiest way to get started. So Cowork allows Claude to basically work and live in a folder. And so you can start up a session and you can tell Claude about who you are, what your projects are, why that stuff exists. I've taken this a step further and built an entire second brain system using folders and using Obsidian, which I will once again make a full free course about. But whether you're using anti-gravity or you're using just Claude Cowork or Claude Code in your terminal, you need to basically walk through with it, have it ask you questions, and tell it you want to build a Claude.md. It'll know exactly what you're talking about. And so yeah, that's the first place to start is your AI needs to have memories of you. And the next level is you give it these things to access whenever it needs it. And so that's kind of skills. So for instance, I have a skill for writing emails. So I have a client that I write emails for. I do it every single week. And so it's Monday. And after these videos, I'm about to literally be like, hey, also I told it to give me these videos, these ideas, which is crazy. But I was like, hey, let's write some emails today. And it knows exactly what to do. But it doesn't bring in all that context unless I tell it, let's write some emails. That way you save your context windows and you give it memory. And guys, we are just at the very freaking start of understanding agentic memory. So basically AI memory. I'm diving deep into this right now, so I'll keep sharing with you guys lessons. But the first step you should know is understanding that limitation and why as soon as you break it, it gets so crazy. Claude was literally not that useful until Claude Code, Claude Cowork. Now it has access to your files and you can basically program memory for it. And so you don't have to waste all that time. It spawns in knowing this is KJ, this is what he's trying to do. Let's get to work. Here are the tools I have to use it when I need it. Boom. It's amazing. So anyways, hopefully this helps you guys with a little bit with like understanding AI. But yeah, I'll be going deeper into this, so look forward to that. But for right now, get started understanding Claude MD, understanding how to do this for yourself, and it'll blow your mind. AI will become 10, 100 times more useful. So hope this helps.